It's always the way. It's incredibly frustrating, but, well, we're in the game, so let's talk about what's going on, and let's introduce the two players. Jorasa.
Yep, that's right, guys. We are on Whirlwind for game number 3 here of this best of 5 here in the Go4 SC2 finals. Of course, our 2 finalists have already been determined, and they do qualify for WCSEU. But in the meantime, they're still playing for the lion's share of 150 euros, and spawning over here in the top right-hand corner as the red Terran player representing Team Empire, playing almost non-stop for 10 hours, these guys. He needs to win 2 more. It is Happy. And his opponent spawning in the top left position, winning that last game with some very, very impressive early game aggression plays. His opponent was trying to tech. Are we going to see more mech coming out of either of these guys this game? We saw it got punished quite a lot. Let's see if it happens again. Representing Millennium, we have Dayshi.
So, tied up 1-1. This is effectively now a best of 3 game, and that means one thing and one thing only. This next map is really important psychologically, because if you take it, you've got a little bit of a buffer. You can end the game and you can win the tournament, or you can win the qualifier anyway, in basically the next game or the one after that. However, if you lose this next game, then all of the pressure is on for the remainder of the time, and after such a long period of time playing, it's incredibly tough. It's something that both these players definitely want to win it, just for the glory and the honor and the additional 50 euros that goes with it. But as previously mentioned, these two have already qualified for WCSEU. That is a monumental achievement, something they'll be very, very happy about, and something we've had a pleasure casting their journey through this qualifier today.
Yeah, it's been great really following the journey of all the players coming through the bracket. We haven't always had seasoned pros at the tip top. Obviously we do here in the finals, but coming up to this point, I think a lot of people who have been looking for teams, or possibly, are we going to see an SCV go down? Yes, we are. The SCV building the command center going down there. Very, very frustrating situation for Dayshi. And now the second SCV being attacked a little bit as well, but he's sending a third to definitely make sure this isn't going to happen.
Yeah, you don't want to really lose more than one. Well, you don't want to lose one SCV to an SCV. Never an ideal situation. And you also don't want to delay your command center, because this is really quite integral to Daishi's play. Meanwhile, Happy yet again, rather than getting out a quick command center, gets down his factory and is also getting down a reactor. A cancel goes down on that bunker because a single Marine pushing forward. Another SCV goes down. So Happy actually being quite aggressive here and following up with a second Marine as well.
Indeed he is. The second Marine going to be popping out now. We have 2 SCVs here and a Marine. Oh, and the first SCV goes down. Really, really nice micro there. The second one goes down as well. And Happy is going to be pushing forward with this aggression once more. Doing a tremendous job so far. 19-16 workers in Happy's favor right now, because a total of 3 SCVs have been killed in this early game. But Dayshi is going to pop out with 2 Marines of his own, and that is going to be too much. Happy will have to retreat because his own Marines are at about half health.
Yeah, this is, well, to be fair, he's probably going to be relatively happy. He's killed 4 workers this game so far. He's only lost 1 Marine, or it might have been an SCV in exchange for that. He's also teching up quite nicely, the starport on its way down. He's got his first Hellions on the field as indeed, and this just means that really everything piecing together. Dayshi is, though, 1 SCV behind, but does have his natural out quite considerably sooner. That means an extra mule, 2 SCV production for probably 1 or 2 cycles before Happy's able to get his up. But Hellions now coming in towards the natural.
And it looks, they're trying to do a number on these Marines before they act. Oh, wow, picking apart all of them. And once again, Happy coming in only with a unit or 2, but able to do a lot of harassment damage against Dayshi. Dayshi pulling those 3 SCVs from the natural to behind the mineral line in the hopes that if Happy moves forward, he won't be able to see them. I really like that decision from him. But now Daishi's going to frantically try and get more units over. Very difficult there. Oh, and the Hellion does spot those 3 SCVs. Is it going to be enough there? We have a Hellion and a Marine, but 2 more Hellions coming out now, and these SCVs are not going to be able to fight much longer. Oh, bunker almost going up. Force cancel. And I think this is starting to get to the tipping point here, where Dayshi is unfortunately just going to lose it going into the mid game, I think.
Yeah, Dayshi is having a real big amount of problems here. Happy is pushing in, dealing a huge amount of damage. 10 workers killed, now taking a 2-worker advantage, but critically stopping mining at his opponent's natural base. That means that the saturation of each base is going to be a lot better for Happy, and therefore he will get more income. And therefore, basically it just means that Happy's getting further and further ahead, and it's going to be tough to break this position as well with only Marines. A Viking pushing forward, though. This, well, that could be really, really nice to push back the medevac, preventing any drops.
Yeah, that was such clutch timing there. We actually had the Viking move in literally as soon as the medevac showed up as well. That was about as good as timing as you could possibly get. So hopefully he'll be able to stop this aggression popping out here now. Happy trying to do as much damage as he can still to the army of Dayshi, getting a decent number of focus fires down on those Marines and Hellions, but finally, it actually gets picked apart. Work is killed 12-1 at the moment. A very, very strong opener there from Happy. But the worker supply is dead even at 28. So don't forget, of course, Happy's had to spend a lot of money on getting this army up himself while at this as well.
Yeah, so this is... Let's look at the facts. Okay, currently they're both on 28 SCVs. They both have 2 mules. The tech, if we take a quick look at that, they've both got their starports down. Upgrade-wise, neither have any. The Hellions are doing some nice damage to the natural, though. And that's just a couple of extra worker kills, and Happy has managed to kill 14 so far.
He got a mule as well, which I think is quite important there, especially after losing a bunch of SCVs. The barracks from Happy is almost on fire, but not quite. Has landed in the third base location of Dayshi. Can't really use that for scouting anymore, otherwise he will lose it entirely. We can see he has factory number 2 and 3 up now, getting that starport up now as well, and going for Widow Mines and Hellbat. So Happy perfectly adjusted to transitioning into this mech style play. And right now, I have to say, even though the supplies are really close metals, it feels like Happy's just a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, it does feel like he's in a good spot, especially with this Hellbat drop going down in the main. Unfortunately, missile turret there does take it out, but a few more SCVs were killed yet again, delaying mining time yet again. Happy is just so much more the aggressor, making sure that his opponent cannot move out, cannot come and attack him, and that's just giving him pretty much free reign to do what he wants. Getting down now the engineering bay. He already has +1 vehicle weapons nearly complete, so that's for +2 to get started. Both players producing Hellbats, and this game is starting to move into the sort of mid-game phase where it's not going to be as easy as just dropping and just punching straight in, but, well, Happy, he's got another Hellbat drop coming to the natural.
I mean, this is a conscious decision as well. Don't forget, because these guys have been playing for so long today, oh, nice, they're actually trapping a couple of units against the missile turret, including a mule, which is pretty important. Basically, you want your opponent to be doing as many unexpected things as possible. Why? Because both of you have been playing for a very long time. It's a lot easier to attack than to defend, because when you're attacking, you've decided what you want to do. You've sent those medevacs and you know what's going to happen. When you're defending, you're constantly reacting to everything. And that's so stressful when you're this exhausted, which is why Happy is actually having a great time constantly being the aggressor here. Dayshi is hanging on very well, but he's now behind by about 10 workers. Happy has been able to pick at his opponent quite a bit, and I think it's starting to wear Dayshi down just a little.
The other thing I want to note in Happy's favor is he's already got his first 2 tanks out. There are no tanks on the field at all yet for Dayshi. That means the pushing up into a siege tank line is never going to be an easy role, and therefore I think Happy should be able to hold this off relatively nicely, but not all hope is lost. Dayshi rather, does get a scan off, sees precisely what's there, knows that there is also a Widow Mine right on the ramp, and that is an important thing to note. There's also one at the bottom of the ramp that he needs to keep a good eye out for, though, too.
He has to be very careful, and he's only got the 1 medevac, now getting the 2nd medevac, so the worst he can do is a double drop. He can't doom drop this because there just aren't enough dropships available. Let's see if he pushes forward with a scan to try and pick the Widow Mines off before their shots get fired. The problem is, once you pass that stage, you then have to go into 4 siege tanks, and I'm not feeling that confident he can do that, but he's actually moving into the main base, but a missile turret plus a Viking says absolutely no to that. He's going to try and drop on top of the tanks. Will this be successful? Unfortunately not. He's coming in the front at the same time, though, and a lot of SCVs being pulled from Happy, but then I think he's pulling back. He realized he doesn't need them, and GG. Happy wins game number 3.